welcome to my journey. It's just me today. I asked David. He stopped and got us a biscuit, which of course I couldn't eat my whole thing. I think I took 3 bites. And I said, you going with me or you got something to do? He said, well, he said, I need to go down to Terry's. I said, what do you got to do down there? I said, don't nobody live there. I said, the city ain't gonna call. It's just leaves.
In 500 feet, make a U-turn.
No, I'm going to China Grove, honey. I'm not making a U-turn.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Rogers Lake Road.
You know, when we went out last week, we pulled out of my driveway and it said make a U-turn. And it's saying it again. I guess just on the map, it's as the crow flies or something. I don't know. But anyway, he said, nah, he needs to make it, even if ain't nobody living there, he needs to keep it presentable looking. Because you know it bothers him. There's leaves down, and I thought he had got them up, but I know Holly had worked on hers, and I think he worked on hers. Terry is the house his sister lived in, which is beside Holly's house. So we have Holly's house, we have Terry's house, and we have the field, and he keeps all that up. And Holly, she mows her own yard and stuff like that, so he don't have to do that. But so he said, nah, he better go on down there and do that. I said, well, fine. But I found a yard sale at a church up here in China Grove. I'm going this way because I know she's going to put me out somewhere I don't want to be. And I know how to get to China Grove, just not exactly. And I pulled it up. I'm like, I've been to a yard sale at that church before.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
She's loud, ain't she? She's loud. Let me turn her down. I think y'all can still hear me, I hope. But I have been, years back, I have been to a yard sale at that very church. Because as soon as I pulled it up, it showed a picture of it, I'm like, I know you. I bought a single aloe vera plant, and that's all I bought. A lady had propagated hers, I reckon, you know. Listen, there's something that has gotten old in my console here. The only food related things in it is salt, pepper, and little drink packets. Those things are from, I'm not kidding you, from when I was on Weight Watchers when I very first started. They're the True Lemon, peach flavor, lemon flavor, those things, because I'd go to Starbucks and get one of their black sweet teas, which is so good, and put one of those flavors in it, and that would be my treat if I was out and about.
Next stop sign, turn right.
That would be a treat. And I think they have finally gotten, because you can just, me and David got in it last week. I said, honey, what's that smell? He said, I don't know.
The stop sign, turn right onto Bethpage Road.
And so we pondered and pondered. And then last week we went out and when we went to Jacob's thing at church, his wrist had started hurting him. And so he has some pills he kept here in the console. I said, get you
Wilkinson Street and take a slight right onto Rainbow Drive.
Get you a drink because they had cookies and refreshments after, and take you one of your pills out there.
Take a slight right onto Rainbow Drive.
So
then continue onto Bethpage Road. Continue onto Bethpage Road, then turn left onto Leonard Avenue. Turn left onto Leonard Avenue.
She's telling me I know where to go, but I don't know exactly when I get to China Grove where the church is. So sorry you hear her. And so when I got in the car, I said, oh, there's that smell again. I said, I hadn't smelled it again. I said, there it is again. And that's when we deduced.
Next stop sign, turn right.
There's something in there. And I keep forgetting to come out and clean it out and disinfect it. But that's the only, there's no food in there. It's just drink packets.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Dale Earnhardt Boulevard.
See, Dale Earnhardt Boulevard, y'all know. That's what my town is famous for. He is a K-Town boy. Was. We got that statue of him and everything.
Then, at the next one, turn left onto Southridge Avenue.
So, listen, what I forgot to tell y'all yesterday on weigh-in was about my back. I went to my primary care doctor Wednesday morning, and the rash is doing much better. The steroids are really helping it, and the cream. You can still see it if you start looking. You can see it. I'm covered, but then in the afternoon, I went to my back doctor this time to talk about
at the light, turn Turn left onto Southridge Avenue.
A spinal cord stimulator, because I think I told you the surgeon said there's no slam dunk, nothing he can do. It's just nothing he can do. I mean, if I wanted him to put rod and screws everywhere, he could. He said, but I ain't gonna guarantee you that it's gonna make you feel any better. I'm like, no, I don't want to go through all that. You know, if it was a guarantee, then we'd talk. But I mean, there ain't a guarantee in anything. But if he thought as a professional it would help, I would give it thought, because I always thought that's what it was gonna end up being. So I talked to him, and he explained the spinal cord stimulator to me. And they do a trial where they put the 2 cords up in your back, and you keep it in there 5. He said no more than 6 days. It sticks out the back, and they just put a big piece of tape over it. Some of y'all probably have one. And then they take them out, and you let them know, did it help, did it not help. And he said that's when you can tell if they think it'll be good for you. And if you think it helped and it did good, they set you up with a surgeon, and you go in and have actual surgery to have it implanted. But you have to do a psyche valve. I said I was talking to the one nurse one time. She had mentioned it. She said if you would ever get that, she said they want to make sure like you don't think aliens are invading your body. She said, or that the government's putting things in you to spy on you. I said, have people done that? He said, you know they have, but elsewise they wouldn't be requiring you to do it. So they sent me a text, and I had to open it up and answer some questions. It was like 150 questions. I kid you not. And they was tricky. This wasn't about my mental health. This is all about my pain and how I viewed it and how it acted. 150 questions ish. They would ask you the same question but phrase it in a different way, and you'd be like, what? I know they try to trick you up and see if you got half your faculties about you. So then I was able to book an appointment online, and they do it over the phone, like a video visit. And so I got it next Wednesday. I was real lucky. The girl called me back. She said I was real lucky to get it so quickly. I thought I was too. So that was that. And then listen, we have a boil water notice here in Kannapolis. We have municipal water, and they test it regularly, you know, like all day and night and everything. And they tested E. coli in the water. So the town, schools shut down yesterday. All the restaurants are shut down. There's not a restaurant in Kannapolis open. Wise, all kind of government places shut down. Parks, different things like that. And
Past East 13th Street and turn right onto Ebenezer Road.
And we're supposed to boil our water.
Turn right onto Ebenezer Road.
Until further instructed. So, you know what? When you can't just go to your faucet and get water, it's weird. So I got 2 pots of water boiled because
At the next light, turn left.
you don't know what you might need water for. And Dave got up last night. I had been making coffee.
Turn left onto US 29 North, North Cannon Boulevard.
I had been making coffee, and later on up in the evening, I'm like, you've been using tainted water for your coffee. I forgot to get it out of the pot. And so when I got David up last night, he went in there to take his shower, and the next thing I know, he's walking in the kitchen. I said, what you doing? He said, get me some water. He had to brush his teeth. I said, oh yeah. I said, you just don't think about it. So that was yesterday's excitement. We've never, as far as I can remember, have ever had anything like that happen. See? Right there's Whataburger. Closed. Everything's closed. You know it's going to hurt some businesses. Especially a Friday and a Saturday. That's going to hurt some businesses in their pocket. David called this morning. Listen, I was up all night. I got up and I couldn't sleep. So then I sat there and I scrolled Facebook reels, just laughing and carrying on. Then I started looking up. Guess what? Somewhere to stay at the beach. We're going Mother's Day weekend, the whole family. Us and Holly and Nathan and Jacob, and Holly and RJ and Wesley. Yes, we are, for the weekend of Mother's Day. I was so excited. I told David, I said, we're going to the beach. And so I told Holly yesterday, I said, you and your daddy got to talk. She called him Diddy. I said, you and your daddy got to talk. and figure out when you're going to deal, because I want to go to the beach in May. She said, me too! So then we're like, RJ, you want to go to the beach too? Have a family trip? So that's what we're doing. So I was sitting there and searched, and I found us a condo so we can all stay together instead of getting 3 different motel rooms. It's cost more than probably a motel room, but probably not by much, because we're going to North Myrtle. I want to go to Cherry Grove, but I couldn't find anything that just fit our needs. And there were certain prices I was looking at. I wasn't willing to look above it to even see if it fit our needs, you know. So this one, it fit our price range. And the biggest thing was, it's got 3 bedrooms. So everybody got their bedrooms, got 2.5 baths, and it comes with 3 parking spaces. And we're going to have 3 cars. Everybody else comes with 2. There was one place sleeps like 8 people, and it comes with 1 parking space. What's that about? No. So this said it come with 3. I'm like, oh. So I sent it to me and Holly have a gardening group chat, just the 3 of us girls. And so I sent it to them and showed them. So when David got home, I just went ahead and booked it. I said, the weekend for Mother's Day is few and far between. I said, there's some for the first weekend in May. I didn't see anything for the, I think I seen one for the 3rd weekend, and I think that's as far as I looked. There was very few, a lot of them for the first weekend, a lot of them. Not that many for the 2nd weekend, which was Mother's Day. So I told myself, I think I better get it. I better snag it. So thing is, that's the weekend I got my telehealth medicine with my psychiatrist. The one that my other one told me don't miss, because he's probably quitting and that'll be the last time you see him. So I guess I'll just have to do it on my phone while I'm on vacation. I mean, you know. So if I'm in the car, I can't remember if it's Friday or Saturday. It's usually Saturday. So if it's Saturday,
Light, turn left.
Oh, I think I remember now. If it's Saturday, it's in the morning, so I can just go in the bedroom and shut the door and do my thing. And the psych eval is an hour. It says schedule an hour of a quiet place to do it. An hour to find out if you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I told John.
Turn left onto Coach Deal Road.
I said, I am not going to be able to use my sense of humor that I use with my psychiatrist that I have been with for many, many years. I said, or they for sure won't let me have it. I'll still think I'm out there. So I said, I got to remember, don't use your sense of humor. Don't make no jokes. This ain't a joking matter. But if you had it, you can tell me if it hurt or not, I reckon, because it sounds like it hurt. The one that they don't put you to sleep for, he said they do it in the surgery center, and he said a representative from the company that makes it is in the room with you when you're doing it. They want to make sure everything's working right.
600 feet, turn right onto North Chapel Street.
And
turn right onto North Chapel Street.
I'll do it. And
your next sharp left onto UD Road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me hush her up. Oh, you can see my finger doing that. Well, I'm right here at it.
Take a sharp left onto UD Road. Then you'll take your first right into the parking lot.
Where is this yard sale?
Turn right into the parking lot.
No. They got one booth over there.
Your destination is on the right.
I'm sorry. They got one little table over there. Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. Hold on. Okay, I ain't going to that. There's nothing to go to. There's nothing to go to. So there's a lot of cars there, but there's nothing to go to unless it's inside. I think I should go back and see if it's inside, because there's a lot of cars there, but there's nowhere out there to be sitting. Maybe I should give it a chance. Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to judge a book by its cover. But you can tell a yard sale by what it's got. Maybe it is inside. I'm gonna go back and see. This is the kind of thing the psychiatrist does not need to know about. Oh well. If there ain't nothing, I'll just walk away. So, I'll be back. Well, thank y'all for telling me to turn around. I don't know why. I was like, thank God, but that one little thing. Unless they got it in the building. And sure enough, they have their fellowship hall full. Just full. A whole lot of stuff I didn't want, but I got a box full down here. And I got up there and there's no prices on anything. They just got a little table at the door to check you out. And I just put my box up there. And he just started looking through it, and he said, oh, $5 for the whole thing. I looked at him, and the woman says, $10 if you feel like helping the church. So I'm like, that's cheap. But I'll show you what I got at home. Some cool vintage things that I just got for me. And where I'm going now, since it's 9 o'clock, I don't know if there'll be a line, but our town is doing its shredded event, and so I'm going there. It's from 9 to ooh, you slipped out around that curve. Oh, possum, dead possum in the middle of the road. Oh, bless its heart. Some people don't like possums. I think possums are cute. I do. I seen a I told y'all I was up last night and I run across one of them reels. It's a baby possum in a zoo just smacking his food. I can't stand to hear people smack their food. It makes me want to dig my ears out with my keys. You hear what I'm telling you? But to watch a little animal smack some food, I can deal with that. I can deal with watching a horse chew. Yeah, any kind of animal. They can chew and make all the noise they want to make. But human beings, stop it. I can't take it. But anyway, I will go down here and I'll stop talking so I can turn my camera around and show you what the shredding event looks like. It's very cool. You don't pay for it. They just, like I think I told y'all the other day, they just bring their big shredded truck, and I've got, I think, 6 garbage bags back there. They're about half to 3/4 full because, you know, paper's heavy. But they do it once in the fall and once in the spring. And they had Earth Day this week, so I think that's why they picked this weekend, because it's Earth Day week, I guess you could say. So I hope maybe they're not busy first thing out. Speaking of busy, David said the Bojangles was hopping. That's because where he gets off, the exit of the interstate to come home is Concord. And then just right down the road, just right there is Kannapolis. But that Bojangles in Concord, so they're not on Kannapolis municipal water. And since you can't eat anywhere in Kannapolis, I told him, I said, everybody that wants to eat out in Kannapolis for breakfast is going to Concord, or they're going to go to Salisbury or somewhere. So that's why they were slam busy. It took him a while. He called me. I was up to 5 o'clock. I was up at like 12:30, and I was up till 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. And I finally said, go in and lay down. And I had picked out my beach condo, and I couldn't sleep because I was excited about that. And then I finally fell asleep, and I went ahead and set the alarm for like 7 o'clock so I can get up and, you know, roll around and everything, be at the yard sale at 8 when they open. Well, 7 o'clock came, and I set it to 7:15, then I set it to 7:30, and then after 7:30 I left it, and I woke up about 15 till. So there are some, I didn't see anything about an estate sale, but I did see some yard sales in Concord. I didn't look really hard, but anyway, so I need to, after I do my gallivanting, which I still wish Mr. Smooth was with me. He said, why, you want me to go with you? I said, well, just cause it's warm weather, you think you gotta do things that I don't care for that. He said, no, better go on down there. Okay. We knew it. We told you back in the wintertime. I kept telling you. I said, I better take advantage of it while I got him, because when it starts getting warm weather, he's busy. He's doing something every weekend. But except the beach. Because I told him, I said, there's going to be one weekend before the tourist season hits that we're going to the beach. Because I don't want to go down there when it's crowded. I don't want to go down there with a bunch of youngins. I know that sounds terrible, but I don't. I'll have my grandbabies with me. That's all the youngins I need. I don't want to be down there when a bunch of young families are there. And I'm not saying that to be mean or crotchety. It's just, it's too crowded. I don't care for that. When the kids were younger, if we'd go to the beach, if you was in the thick of it, you was in the thick of it, because we was younger, we had the kids, blah, blah, blah. But we're older now. Even Holly says she don't want to do nothing. She just wants to relax. My Holly, I said, I know. So, that is what we plan on doing. But we're going to leave, I don't know what time we'll leave, early Friday morning. I made David take Thursday and Friday off because I did not want him coming in from work Friday morning, driving to the beach, and then trying to enjoy himself and pass out come 6 o'clock and miss like a whole night at the beach, you know. So I made him take Thursday off too, so he can get to sleep Thursday night and be fresh Friday morning. But we're just going to go Friday morning, and we just spend the day doing whatever, because check-in's not until 4. So we can just go to the beach, go eat, shop, whatever we feel like doing until check-in time. And then check-out time is Sunday at 11. But both the kids are coming back Saturday. Did I tell you that part? Holly, she says she's already missing church for something, because you know she works and does things. She's already missing it one, like the last weekend of the month. I didn't ask her why. I will, but I didn't. And she didn't want to miss 2 Sundays. So they're going to come back Saturday and just stay the Friday night. And then RJ and Holly, they have a Mother's Day brunch in Charlotte with her family on Sunday. I said, well, then y'all can leave. He said, we'd have to leave early Sunday. I said, no. I said, just leave when Holly and them does, and then you won't be rushed, because that's too far to drive and be too tired and then have to sit around at a brunch all day. That's too much. I wasn't trying to run him off. I just told him it'd be easier on you if you just stayed the one night. So he said, yeah, that makes sense. This van in front of me has got a big sign on it that says, I buy collections of all kinds, and got a phone number. Bet you money he's outsourcing. Listen, there was a man in there, and he was looking at the books, and I come up to look too. There was just a little stack up on the table, you know, and just something in here too. He was looking at the cookbook. I said, oh, I see you like cookbooks too. He said, yes, I do. I said, me too. I said, I got a problem. He said, his wife was with him. He said, well, my wife's with me. I said, your jailer come with you. I said, mine ain't. I said, I can get something home. He won't even know it. I said, my jailer didn't come with me. So he found him a cookbook. I found me a cookbook. It was funny. Then they was over there, and I found something. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I found something, and it just intrigued me. And so him and his wife was standing there. I asked his wife, because they appear to be just a little bit older than me, and I thought, well, they might know what it is. And she didn't. I said, well, you're a cook. You ought to know. And he said, I believe it's so-and-so. Sure enough, it was. So I got it, because I don't have one. And so I'll show you what it is. Excuse me. Listen, where I just passed, we're on Loop Road. Over there is where the mill used to be, and that's where they put, I've showed y'all in the past when I come up here and walk, they put town hall, the police department, research buildings, all that stuff when they started redoing town. Well, up here on the corner, in that big vacant area, they're putting a Harris Teeter, townhomes, apartments. Oh my gosh, they are building up across from the food line, which I'm surprised they shut it down, since it's the old food line. It ain't up to the pretty standards of what they're doing these days, you know. They ripped down a bunch of mill houses, where it could have been affordable places for people to live, but ripped them down, and they're putting up townhomes. A lot of people I know grew up in them houses, because when you worked at the mill, you lived in a mill house, and you paid practically zero rent because you worked at the mill. And that's what the big, until they start all the adding of all the new stuff. But over the years, that was the bulk of most of the houses all in around town is mill houses. And they were just little wood houses. All right, let me get up here because I want to turn my camera around and show you what we're doing. This is going into our park. This comes down to where the main park is, where they have the movies in the park and the concerts. Look, ain't nobody here. See the shredded truck? What they do, I'll show you. All this is new. Well, not in the past few years, but I don't know if you can see. You see that building way back in the back? That's where they do the concerts in the park. And this is, I don't know what they do in there. So, see right there? All right, hold on, I'll put you down. I didn't want to put them kids on camera. But I drove right up, not even a line. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I thought there'd surely be a line. Who wouldn't like to use this service? As long as they're here for me, I don't care if nobody else comes. But they take your stuff, they empty it into a city garbage can, and the truck picks it up and shreds it. All they ask you, got any metal or batteries? So I got that done and done for until fall when I do it again. Now I found, I got my nose itch. I found the yard sale over in the state streets. We got areas in town, I don't know if y'all do. It's probably a common occurrence. There are different sections of town that we have car town, because all the streets are car town. We have the states, all the different states. We have the women. There's all the roads are women's names. And then of course we have the numbers, so there's east and west. So I have found one on Florida. We're gonna go to Florida today. Yeah, I wish I could show y'all that over there. All the houses that they just raised. I've showed y'all my town before. I wish I could show you what it was growing up. It was just a quaint little mill town. And now, I still love it, but it's just so different. I mean, you have to expect progress. I mean, you do, but you still long for what was, you know, especially when you get our age. So, well, did I tell you everything I was going to tell you before I got up yonder? If I didn't, I'll come back and tell you something later. Well, I think I'm gonna go home now. I found where did I go? Okay, so you know I went to the church. I talked to you there. I went to the shred, and then I found the yard sale on Florida. What he does is he buys abandoned storage units and sells that stuff. But you can tell he's already picked out the good stuff. But I'll show you what I got. I spent $1. And I got 3 things. One was $1, 2 of them were free. And then I went to another yard sale. They had the signs up. They had it on the Facebook Marketplace. Nowhere to be found. Went down the whole street. Was a circle street, and I went the whole street. There was no yard sale. Then I went to the one on the same road down the street a little bit. Pure clothes. They were right there. It was one of those neighborhoods that are close to the road. The yards are close to the road, and just pure clothes. There was nothing else. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna stop for that. So I was coming this way because I saw somewhere up here in Kannapolis was another yard sale. So I was coming through this. Oh, there was a sign. That's what it was. And I passed this big church. I've never been there, but it's been there for a good while. Big church. And they had their sign out there that said indoor yard sale and hot dog sale. Ooh, I wish you could smell my car right now. I wish you could smell it. It said the hot dogs was starting at 11, and it's just now 5 after. And I went in, I picked up some stuff, which I'll show you. And I told them, I said, is the hot dogs ready at 11? Because I was going to give me one to go. She said, oh, they ready now. I said, well, I won't. She said, I'll go tell them. I said, Well, I'll just take one to go, one all the way to go. She says, oh, well, we'll sell you a plate, 2 hot dogs, french fries, and a drink for $10. I said, well, let's do that. So they write on a little, I paid for everything, then they wrote on a little ticket, and I had to go in there. It's in their fellowship building, which, oh, they got a nice kitchen in there. Oh my gosh, they got the set up. Let me tell you, they got the setup. And so they was back there cooking. And if you could smell this, I don't know who made it. I don't know who made it, but if you could smell it, your mouth would be drooling right now. I can't wait to get home and dig into that thing. Now, can I eat 2 hot dogs? Absolutely not. Can I eat 1 hot dog? Absolutely not. But will I just let it sit there and fester and soak up all the juice until I eat it? Yes, I will. David won't eat them because it's got slaw on it. I guess I could have left slaw off of one, but I'll be honest with you, I wasn't thinking about it. That sounds terrible. I don't think if I bought him an 11 o'clock hot dog, if he gets home tonight at whatever time, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, he's not going to want a smooth step hot dog. I'll eat it. Because, I mean, I don't care, but I wouldn't get it specifically to, it'd be soaked up with chili and everything. If he was home, I'd brought him one fresh. You know, I don't want to sound like I don't do that for him. But God, oh, excuse me, it smells so good. Oh, I went to another one in Concord. It was a homeschool co-op, and I got something there for Jacob, so I'll show you that. Now I'm going to go home and eat, and I will do my haul when I get home. Okay, well, I got in, barely ate half a hot dog, 2 french fries, and I was stuffed. So I went over there and sat down, got a glass of water. I bought ice, and I bought a couple big bottles of water to drink. But I do have my water boiled over here for brushing teeth and making coffee and different things like that. But I thought I'll go ahead and show you what I got. This is the first yard sale that I went to at the church. I found these, which are just little plastic things, but, you know, little snacks in it for Halloween. And then this, because, and I mashed it, it's a General Electric. Listen, I'm sure it's just a bad cassette player, but I look at them, I'm like, I want one in case I was to find a cassette I want to hear or something, and I don't have one, so I got it. You can record. Look, it's got a little thing right there. Play, pause, eject, stop, forward. So next time I'm out, I'll have to get me some new batteries. I can imagine how many batteries this thing holds. It's probably D size or something, but that was in amongst my $10 that I got. And then, let's see, that's from elsewhere. I found this. That is a good piece of servingware. And this is what I told you. I saw it and I was asking, what is this? And the man said, I think it's an ice pick. Look at this. It's very hard to get. Uh-oh, something just, oh. It's an ice pick. Hold on. Oh, the end. I guess that goes in there. I guess. But, oh, I think I put it in wrong. Uh-oh, now I ain't gonna get it out. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to play with that. I don't have an ice pick, and a lot of times our ice will stick together. Even though it's an ice maker, it'll still stick together. But I think I put that in there backwards. Now I got to play with it. Oh, there it comes. Hold on. Well, okay, yeah, I see. It fits in down like that. But I couldn't figure it out. I knew it was some kind of tool with that. That's got to be some kind of vintage deal. But I definitely needed an ice pick. That's why I got it. And then these are for my, I wish it wasn't taped because if you take the tape off, it's probably gonna mess up the box. The box is kind of messed up, but I think I could clean it up enough. Oh, I had 75 cents on it because all this was just one price. And these are filthy. And there's only 3 of them. But I got these for my own personal... Hold on. Okay. So it's the Solo, the little cone, plastic cone cups, and 3 of these instead of 4. But this is for my vintage coffee collection. I'm going to try to clean this box up, make it look a little bit better. And run these to the dishwasher. But I had to have them. When I saw them, I'm like, I got to have them. I know y'all think I'm crazy for buying the stuff I buy, but you know what? I like what I like. This is one, no, not one of. This is the very first thing I picked up. And it smells wonderful. It's maple bacon, candied maple bacon, but look, I dropped it and broke it. The lady had to come over there and sweep it up. She said, well, just go ahead and take it, and maybe you can get the rest of that glass off and put that in another candle holder. So that's what I'm going to do, because I know I have some that size that it should fit in. So I just have to be careful with that. It smells wonderful. And then I found this. This was in the cookbooks that me and that man were looking at. Taste of Home 5-ingredient cookbook. So I grabbed it. And then I got these for, and I don't know how old these are. Made in Japan. I got these for a party. Why not? And there's that box I don't need. And then this. I couldn't believe I found another one. These are good cleaning. It's got somebody's name on it. I'll have to clean that off. But look, it's another one of those casserole holders. So I got all that right there for $10. You can't beat it. And then let's see, where did I go next? Oh, this is where I went next, to Florida. I'm sorry I keep dropping stuff. He gave me these for free. He's the one who had all the stuff from the storage units. Bunch of junk. But I saw these it was just all in tubs. I was just digging. And I saw these, and you know how Jacob is about keys. So I said, well, I'll get these. I told him, I said, this is probably an odd thing to buy, but my grandson loves keys. He said, well, you can just have them. So he gave me those. And then I bought this for Sebastian. Five Nights at Freddy's. It is some kind of game him and his daddy play. And they're little pins. I sent it to RJ. He said he will be thrilled. He was supposed to have a video call with him today, and he was going to send him a picture of it. And then, let's see. Oh, I went to the homeschool yard sale, and their books were $1 a piece. They had a bunch of, like, just books that you wouldn't want. But I did find these. This is Encyclopedia Britannica, Under the Sea. I got these for Jacob. Dinosaurs, Reptiles, and Birds. And Animals. I thought that would be good with Holly to teach him stuff. And then the last yard sale I went to was at the church where I got the hot dogs. This, let me put it back together. It fell apart. Hold on. Which it's meant to come apart, I do believe. Okay, this was $5. Is this me or is this me? I'm gonna have to do some searching. Look, it's gonna have to be, there we go. It needs real good cleaning, real good cleaning. And you put a candle right there, but you can see a globe would fit right there. So I've got to do some searching. I've got to measure it, do some searching. Or until that happens, I may try something. And if I do, I'll bring you along. So there's that. And then also, check this out. And the funny thing is, when I made steak last weekend, I said, man, we need new steak knives. Look what I found for $5. A case of like brand new Sheffield knives, steak knives, for $5. So you know I grabbed it. Look, brand new. Isn't that nice? Sheffield. So I grabbed that for $5. And then this. I think she gave it to me for $1. I don't have one, so I got it. And then these books. These were all $5. Let me take that off there. It is, let's see, there's 2, 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're Kingfisher Learning Adventure Libraries. I got these for Jacob. This is one, the universe and our planet. It's just little learning books. So there's that one. Let me move that. And there is the sea, all kinds of animals. Plants, when dinosaurs lived. My body and machines. And science, people, and places. And the lady, I had my arms so full of stuff. They didn't have a bag or nothing, a box. I had all that stuff in my arms, and I had my hot dog plate, my drink. And she said, "Here, you do some help." So, she was helping me carry stuff out, and I was talking to her. I said I was excited to find those books. She said, "I have that exact same set at my house for my grandchildren." She said they're good books. So I thought $5 for that was really good. So that is all I got today. I think I did pretty good. Now, I do want to hang up. I don't know what to do next. Hang tight, we'll see. Okay, I'm finally going to put up these that I bought at that yard sale a few weeks ago. I've just never gotten around to it. This is my, if you can tell, my coffee bar. And probably when I put it up, I'll be right in front of you, so I apologize. But I'm going to use these little command hooks. There's a, if you've never used command hooks, there's a wall side. It tells you the wall side, and then you know to put the other side right on the clip. Well, they need to stay on the wall maybe like a half hour or something before you hang something, just to give them a good adhesion. And when you get ready to take them off, you just pull that down, and there's no damage to your wall. That's what I used. I had these other things up here, and you can see there was no damage. So I'm really just eyeballing this. I think I want this one, and you're looking at it straight on, so I'll probably be crooked. That one right there. And make sure you get the hook the right way. And then let's see if that one is right there. I think I'm gonna put that one right there. If I don't like it, I know how to take it down, because I have a few more of these. I know how to take it down and redo it. So we're going to let those sit up a little bit, and then we'll come back. Now I'm going to hang up my shelf. We are going to do the exact same thing we did last weekend when we hung the wallflower thing that has two. I'm going to put it all the way to the end so I know how long this thing is. This is just painter's tape. And then we're going to take our, and I hope I get it in the center. If David was doing this, it would be perfect. But it's me, and we're going to do the best we can. So let's head over to the wall. Now remember when I told you I was going to get the shelf? I was going to move that picture up because see, that's too low. I don't like it that low. So I'm going to see how much higher listen, I'm one of those eyeballing decorators. Are y'all? And I believe I will take that down before I hammer this in. Look at that. That is perfect, perfectly the same size. I think I do want it right there. Now I'm wondering if I should get my level. I don't know, it looks straight to me. And then we're going to mark our little hole. Okay. Wish me luck. I kind of got some big nails because I'm not sure what I'm going to sit on it. Okay, wrong hole. To hit a stud. I think that needs to be, no? Why is that one side not? It's on it, but it won't go on. Hold on. I'm gonna pry this out a little bit. Maybe it's. Oh, well, look, I just knocked it off and I lost my nail. Hold on, I'll never find that little thing. Okay, I had a little nail in my stash. Let's see if I got it pulled out enough. Oh, I did. I need to push those nails in a little bit more. That's leaning a little bit too forward for me. I washed this thing, it was filthy, but I washed it with some power wash, cleaned it. Uh-oh. Oh, I know what fell. It wasn't the nail because the nail was in the thing, the head was broke off. That's why that came off. It was my push pin. There we go. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to put on here. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on there. I don't want to put anything heavy. Hold on. Let me check something. Okay, this is a candle that I had bought at the thrift store. It's not the moving kind, but it flickers. And it has a timer. That's the only kind I'll buy if it has a timer. So I think we'll put that there. And I need a little something. Well, I don't know what to put on it. I'll just have to look around my house or keep my eyes peeled at the thrift store. But for now, I'm just going to have that on it. And I think that's I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I do have some things I can hang off of the pegs. I have a peg over here. So I'll see about that too. So I think that's all the decorating I'm going to do today. Okay, it's been a while. Let's hang these up and see if I did any good. That one might be too close. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, I like it. I like it. And I think it, hold on. I think it goes good with the colors in this corner. These, those, that. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. I said I wasn't going to do no more decorating, but I had forgot about these. So I'm not sure what's going to be next. Well, hey, it's Sunday. I didn't film nothing else yesterday. And I just got up and had my shower. It's late. We'll talk a minute. I thought I'll come out here and open you up to Sunday while I'm having my coffee. Lord, there's a skeeter already this morning. He's sitting still. I can't tell if he's dead. I think he's dead. That's the only good skeeter there is a dead skeeter. But David come in yesterday. Tired. He was wore slam out. He tore the back deck off of Terry's house. If you knew, Terry was his sister, and she passed, several years back. If she was still alive, we would have had to replace that deck, but nobody lives there, and nobody will live there. So he just got rid of it because it's falling in. Well, it was his grandma's house. That's where his grandma lived. Oops, I'm sorry. And then when she passed, his uncle lived there, and we bought it from his uncle. And then we let his sister and her husband live in it. And then her husband died, and then she lived in it till she died. Now it's just sitting empty, and it's going to sit empty. And it is right beside Holly, and Holly lives in his mama's house, and his mama's passed. And then the field out front we bought from his uncle too. So whenever I talk about going down to Holly's, that's everything he keeps up. So he did that, and he was wore slam out. He couldn't hardly move. He was so tired. So I didn't pick the camera up. He's sitting and rested. He has to wind down. He can't, even if he did eat because Holly was having Nathan's birthday party, and she went and got pizza. And so she took him some pizza and cold drink up there, bottled water. Because he said she told him to come down and get some. He said he was too dirty. He wasn't going to track it in her house. Because now he'll track it in my house. He can track it in baby girl's house. Let me tell you, he is all about his baby girl. He loves me, don't get me wrong, but he is all about his baby girl. All about it. So we just laid over there, and then I finally got up and made tostadas. I could have showed you that, but it's plain and simple. Tostada shells, refried beans, sour cream, lettuce. He has tomato, cheese, avocado, Taco Bell, taco sauce. That's it. It was so good. It was so good I ate a whole one. I couldn't stop. It just was so fresh tasting. And I didn't put the meat on it. I was going to, and I pulled the meat out of the freezer. I'm like, you know what? That's way too much meat to make it the taco meat, because it would only take just a little bit to fit on one tostada. So David ate on them a couple times. I popped the tostada shells in the oven to warm them up, and it brings that all back to the surface. It makes them really good. So we did that, and then we just laid there and watched TV, and then I got sleepy and went to bed. And he wasn't far behind me, I don't think. But about 6 o'clock, I guess it was, we got the phone call from the city that we no longer had to boil our water. We had to run our hot and cold water for 15 minutes to flush out the lines on every faucet. And then we're supposed to buy a new water filter for under the sink, which he's had to order from Amazon. And then run an empty load of dish in the washer. And I'm not sure about the washing machine, honestly. I don't know. I can look it up and see. But, so, we're out of that. And you could tell they cleaned it because when I went in the bathroom last night, you could smell the chlorine. You can always tell when lines have been flushed, especially if they come and flush. We got a fire hydrant right there, and they flushed it before. But they'll go around town, random ones flushing, and you can tell when they have really had to do a treatment to the water because you get that strong chlorine. Sometimes it's been so strong, it's almost like you've been in a swimming pool. But yesterday was, Saturday. So Friday, Wesley turned 6 months old. That was his 6-month birthday. Well, I don't know if you've seen this trend, and Holly showed it to me. RJ's Holly, obviously. Okay, if you're new here, my daughter is Holly, and my son's wife is Holly. So I have my Holly and RJ's Holly. That's what I call them. My Holly, RJ's Holly. So RJ's Holly showed me these reels or TikToks, I don't know, where the trend was taking your toddler with no teeth, obviously, out to get a steak. Let them gum a steak. And some of the videos were hilarious. There was one little girl, they would take it away from her, she would just reach out there and grab it back. But Wesley's not to the point of reaching and grabbing. He was still a 6-week preemie, so he's still, I think, running a little behind maybe where he should be at this time. But he's sitting up in his little high chair, and he can grab things, and he pulls himself up on you and stuff like that, but he's not, I don't think he's to the point of that extra 6 weeks of cooking he should have had, But they got him that little steak, and RJ sent me videos. Oh my gosh. He was loving it. He was licking it and carrying on, gumming it. His little tongue was going a mile an hour, a mile a minute. He was loving it. When he got through his face, his clothes, his legs, he was covered in steak juice. Oh my gosh. He enjoyed it immensely. So it was so doggone cute. I couldn't stand it. But RJ told me, he messaged, he said, look, he said, Holly is insistent that he have a steak for his 6-month birthday. So here we are sitting at Logan's, Longhorn. So that's where they went last night. He said it was crowded. I said, well, think about it. All the Kannapolis is closed. He goes, oh yeah, that's right. So it's in Concord, which there's not one in Kannapolis anyway, but the only other steakhouse in Kannapolis that I can think of is Logan's, I think, is the only steakhouse we have. I'm pretty sure. So if you wanted one, you'd have to go to Concord. Which we went to Logan's one time, many years ago, and you know how many times we went? 2, our first and our last. We had the worst steaks you've ever had, and they're not cheap. Well, Longhorn is not cheap, and they advertise about how good their steaks are. I guess we hit it on a bad day. His was not good. He got a sirloin. I got a ribeye, and ribeye was supposed to be the juicy, tender steak. It was so tough, and it was not the way we ordered them neither. I didn't order no tough, well-done steak, so we just have never bothered to go back. But listen, I am almost positive I didn't tell y'all I made our beach reservations, did I? If I did, guess what? You're hearing it twice. This is Sunday. I don't remember what I talked about Saturday. Okay? That's how it works. But I did. I made our beach reservations. So us and Holly and Nathan and Jacob and RJ and Holly and Wesley are going to the beach Mother's Day weekend. Yes! We got a condo on the ocean front. Now, it's far back from the ocean because it's a big, I think there's maybe 4 buildings. And our view is you can see straight to the beach, like from a cockeyed side, not completely side, from a like an angle. It shows the picture of it. You can see real good to the beach. If I went to the beach every year, I'd say, we can go back row 2. That's fine because it's cheaper. But no more than I get to go to the beach. I require to be on the ocean front. I require it. No exceptions. So they're only staying Friday night because Holly, she don't want to miss church since I did talk about it because I was talking about how she works at. Yeah, did I tell you it was on the oceanfront? Anyway, yeah, and then RJ's coming back because he's got a brunch to go to. We did talk about it. I'm having a flashback, but I can't wait. I ain't decided if I'm gonna go try to find me a bathing suit to get in the pool because I ain't getting in the ocean. I got in the ocean when I was a kid. Didn't think nothing of it. I don't get in the ocean now. I'll walk up and I'll stand in the water. I'm not scared of the water that way, but I'm scared of swimming in it. And especially my balance, I would fall and I would be drifted out to sea in a minute. So, and David don't go in the ocean either. Now he used to when the kids were little, he'd go out there and swim with them, but he don't get in there neither. He said he might take a dip in the pool, which I guess he's still got a bathing suit. He's worn the same size pants forever. But I told him, I said, I can't order a bathing suit to get here in time, and then if it don't fit, send it back. He goes, well, you can buy off the rack now, honey. I said, oh. And that sounds fancy, doesn't it? Buy it off the rack. I think fancy people call it something else, and they think slumming is buying off the rack. Ain't that how that works? Like if you're watching a fancy show and the fancy women are talking about, I'm not buying off the rack. Well, I'm buying off the rack. So I'm going to go, surely, Walmart's or Kohl's has their bathing suits out this time of year. Wouldn't you think? So I'm going to have to go look. Because you imagine, well, I don't wear no bikinis, no two pieces. I'll wear one that will have either a top, like a peplum type top, or at the waist and hang down as a skirt, or a skirt to pull on over it, one or the other. Because I think probably the most comfortable will be a shirt top and then a pull-on bottom, because it's not one piece. And listen, y'all know I don't like to get wet. Do y'all know that? Have I ever told y'all that? I don't like to get wet. I take showers every day. Every day I take a shower. Speaking of, I get my hair cut Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look like a scalped bald woman come back next time y'all see me. Yes, I am. Cause look how long, look at this. Cause now my girl's back to work and I just held off and finally called her up and she could get me Tuesday. So I've been trying to think if I wanted to do something a little more feminine than what I typically get, or if I just want to just go for it and get it off, because it is going to be summertime. And then, see, right now this ain't bothered me. It really ain't. I've considered having that little bit of fringe down, and fringe, because it's not bothering me, but it's not the heat of the summer. And I'm afraid the heat of the summer might get me. I might could do it now, and then if I don't like it, just go back. What was I saying for that? When I got off the subject of getting don't like to get wet. I take my shower, but I don't like to be wet, and I especially don't like to be wet in a bathing suit. Never have. The feeling of a wet bathing suit clinging to my skin is gross. And when I used to go to the Y, oh my gosh, that was the worst part of my day, was going in that dressing room and peeling that bathing suit off. Worst part of my day. And I'm freaky about where my feet touch too. I would never, ever, ever touch the Y, the concrete around the pool, nothing without my shoes on. I wore my swimming shoes. I will not touch a motel floor with my bare feet. I take flip-flops. The only thing that my bare feet touches is in the shower. I get out, I step on the towel, I put my flip-flops on. I will not walk on the carpet. I just won't. There's something about it that just squeams me out. I can't do it. I've tried and I can't do it. So I will be taking my flip-flops and my swimming shoes. I can't help it. But I guess I will probably go try to buy me one. I mean, it would be nice to get in the pool, I'll probably get sunburned. As long as it ain't rain or something. It's Mother's Day weekend, so it should be nice and warm if it don't come up a rain. I'm trying to think, when Holly went last year on Mother's Day, did it rain on them? They camped, if I'm not mistaken. They went with his parents last Mother's Day. I can't remember if that's when it rained on them. I think it was, so I just don't want it to rain. I really don't. I just can't wait to see the ocean. Y'all, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to smell it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to go out here and see if we still got our old umbrella from way back, whenever the last time we used it. Me and Holly, when we went to the beach that one year, she took me for Mother's Day. We didn't go on Mother's Day, but it was my Mother's Day present. And me and her went all by ourselves. It was a good weekend. That was a good weekend. We had fun. But we didn't take an umbrella. Has it been raining? Oh, it has rained. My car's wet. Daddy's car ain't wet. My car's wet. Oh, I think is it just now? I can't tell. We got some rain yesterday, about 10 minutes. We ain't had rain in over 20 days. We are in a very bad drought situation. David said it sprinkled on him a minute down there yesterday. Holly's about 30 minutes away, depending on if you go through the country or if you go down the interstate. Listen, David, he ain't gonna see the race today unless it rains out and they run it tomorrow. Cause it rained qualifying out, so they're starting where they finished last week, which means Tyler Reddick, Mr. Winning 5 races so far, starting on the pole again. Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started. So that's how they're starting. But Talladega is always a good race. Oh, Talladega is a good race, and he's gonna miss it. I said, well, just pray for rain, because you'll be home Wednesday and you'll get to, Monday, and you'll get to see it if they have to run it Monday. Isn't that terrible? No, I can simply record it, and he can watch it when he's laying up at night. He can fast forward through the commercials. You know, they do side by side, unless it's a caution through the stages, then they run full-on commercials. Which, you know, that's why they do the cautions on the stages that long, is so they can get their blasted commercials in. So, anyway, I can fuss about NASCAR, I tell you what I can, but I sure do like to watch racing. But there will be a big wreck. Just count it. Just go and put a bet on it. If you're a betting woman, go bet. The only bet you have to figure out is what lap. You can probably name the last lap. There'll be a big wreck on the last lap. Everybody be pushing, trying to get up there. Yep, and there it'll go. So, I'm planning on that being a good race. Well, what I'm going to do today, David, I was telling you, he's going to the drag strip. Across from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, they built a drag strip. And I think they built we had never been there. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because when he comes in on Saturdays, he stays up all day, but he's too tired to do anything Saturday night because he's been up all day. And then he's always got something to do. When it's like, you're not going to have races in the winter. So when the hot weather comes, he's always got something to do. Oh, that's why he wasn't with me yesterday. And if you don't have something to do, he would have to come in, nap, and then get up and go do a nighttime activity on Saturday night. That's why we never do anything on Saturday night. Never. If we do, it's a Saturday afternoon or morning. But they built it. I know it's got a dirt track. It's probably got a asphalt track. I'm thinking, I know when they built it, it was a dirt track. And then they got a drag strip. And they're running 4 wide this weekend. I think maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Anyway, Holly's father-in-law invited him. So it's going to be a boys' day, a guy's day. And David doesn't have guy friends to hang with. I don't have girlfriends to hang with. If we hang with anybody, it's our kids or each other. Period. That's it. No exceptions. 0. I'm not exaggerating. We have no friends. We don't do anything with anybody. So when he invited him, I said, well, that was nice. So it'll be him and Holly's husband and Holly's father-in-law and Jacob. And her father-in-law bought Jacob some headphones, so in case it's too loud for him and everything, that won't bother him. And he said, we're all going to drive separate. So if somebody don't want to stay, they can leave. And if Jacob decides he don't want to stay, Nathan can take him. Or if it gets too hot for Nathan, he said Nathan can go, whatever. Nathan's not an outdoors kind of guy. He's just not. David and Rick, that's the father-in-law, they're outdoors people. They're outside people. Nathan didn't get that gene. Holly likes being out. She loves working in her garden. So I guess they'll till it sometime after Mother's Day. She says she's going to till it because, you know, it's rough on David's wrist. She said, I done told him I'm going to till it. He says I can't make the turn on it. She said, look, I can do hard things. That's what she told me. I said, well, I'll tell him. He's just like, he don't want to do it. He says it'll beat her up. He don't want her to do it. So, I don't know. He'll probably end up doing it. I'll tell you, baby girl. But she's a good girl. I'll tell you, we said about that when she come up there, she had run out and got the pizzas. Listen, you can get a nice, big, delicious, fresh cooked pizza from Costco for $10. That's what she had for Jacob's birthday party last year. Gosh, those were good pizzas. I'm not even kidding you. $10 for a big old pizza. I think you get either cheese or pepperoni. I think that's your options. It's the ones they sell in there, but you just buy the whole thing and they cook it for you and everything. So she got home from them and she went up there and told him, she said, come down here and get you something to eat. And that's why he said he didn't want to go in there and dirty up her house because he was filthy. Gosh, he was filthy. He'd been, I think, blowing leaves too, maybe, and ripping down that old deck. And he said he didn't want to mess up her house, so she brought him up pizza and a drink. I think she said she might have took him a dessert too. Jacob picked out the plates and napkins. There was like 3 different plates, maybe 4 cartoons. There's a Pokemon, there's something, there was Minecraft, there was like 2 different kind of napkins. And I know Holly got him she wasn't gonna tell him, but she got him the kind of candles that don't blow out, and some and something else. She said that was the surprise part of the party. But Jacob, he did his part, so she included him. I thought that was sweet, and she let him get what he wanted. And so they were just having their friends over and gonna have their little party and play board games. They're of the time period where they like to play board games, those nerdy board games, not like Scrabble stuff like we played. They play them nerdy board games, stuff we don't know how to play. But anyway, well, that's all I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna go in here. That's what I'm gonna do today. While he's at the drag strip, I'm gonna put Criminal Minds on because it's already on, but it ain't on that channel. I don't put it on that channel until he's not in there. If he's out doing something, I don't make him watch it all day. Just after the race, because it's on all day Sunday into the night. So I just make him watch it when the race goes off. So that's what I'm gonna do. When he leaves, I'm gonna put Criminal Minds on and try to piddle around here, do some of the things like make my muffins and my pasta salad. Just little odds it is. Oh, excuse me. So, well, I've talked enough. This video will probably be way too long. I shouldn't have come on here and talk so much. So, I'm going to get off here and we'll see what's coming up next. Okay, I just got my muffins in the oven and I want to work on this. I think I'm going to have a hard time finding a globe to fit this. I do have these candles. These are the emergency candles you get from Dollar Tree. And it fits perfectly, but I think because all you see is just the white part, I'm thinking, and if I don't like it, I got more candles. I think I want it to where you can actually see the top of the candle. So, I don't know. I'm just going to cut some of it off. Well, you still can't see it. Hold on. Maybe it's just going to be a little nub in there. And where I want to put this, let me see if I like that. Nope, I don't like that at all. Let me go get my other one. Okay, we're just going to put this back in here. Listen, I washed it up real good, and it's so old, it's starting to come apart in some places like that right there. But adds to the character of it. That's how I look at it. And where I want to put it over here is brown, brown, brown. So I thought I want to break up the brown because the cabinet over here under my TV is brown. The little fabric I have behind it to hide the opening where old TV used to go is brown. The 2 candle, not candle holders. Well, they are candle holders. They're wooden. They're brown. And so, well, I really would like to get that off of there. I thought, I wish I had yellow, but I don't have yellow. I would want something yellow. That's what I feel like. So, I'm going to see if I can do something with this. If I can't, I can't. And You'll just come along with me for my fail or my... That was the dishwasher. On this side. Oh, coming in front of you. You can't really see that on the back, but I'll tuck in that last. Right, let me step back and see if I like it. Actually, I think I do. Alright, let me go over here and show you where I'm going to put it. You can see the dust where I just dusted. But when it's dark in here, you can't tell that that's a different color brown. It just gives it a backdrop of brown because, you know, I keep it dark in my house anyway. So you can really tell it with the light on it. But otherwise, it just looks like kind of the back of the thing. But it was all cut open, you know, where your TV cords and all that can go. So what I want to do is I want to move this, which is what I got at the estate sale the other week, and put this down there. Oh, good. You can still see okay. Yeah, I do like that. I like that better. Y'all like that? I know it ain't everybody's style, but it's mine, and that's cool. So I might mess around with them flowers a little bit more. But I think that's all the decorating we're doing today. Well, I'm not going to do anything else. I made my muffins and I made my pasta salad like I said I was going to, and I did. And the race is just about time to come on. You know I won't be doing anything during the race. And then after that, David will be home. I'm just going to make a pizza for supper. There's no sense to show you that. I didn't show you the muffins or the pasta salad because you don't need to watch me follow directions on a box or a bag. So that's pretty much all I'm doing this weekend. It was just kind of a boring weekend, but anyway, I thought I'd bring you along. So not sure when you're seeing this, so I'll just see you when I see you.